They wouldn't say nothing.
We tell you to say that.
And I didn't do anything, but why would
Look,
it's just
out the way. I ain't gonna lie, that's out the way. Let's be honest.
what do you
To
mean?
do that, that's out the way. That's all I'm saying.
This is all face. I'm not promoting.
That's what I'm saying.
I was thinking about typing something.
To do that, that is legit out the way.
I put my song. That's it. Play this man with that shit like right. I ain't gonna lie, that song's hitting. I feel like a sexy little bitch. I was like, I'm posting.
Ugly ass motherfucker.
That's I'm posting this one up. Fuck, bro. I did fart shit, something. Somebody come on my ass. Give me a second.
If it charges up in it.
Yeah.
That's the boss too. Yo, somebody. I've been going through. Fuck.
I'm about to get cooking immediately.
The fuck?
I'm about to start cooking right now.
What's wrong with that nigga, man?
That's the first club.
What's wrong with that nigga, man? What is wrong with him?
Whole world.
The whole wonder. I love how you keep airing out a location like come find us, come find us, come find us. That's how niggas would do you. No, you're not. Let me hear it. Let me hear it pop out your ass.
Hey, don't tell us like that. That nigga scared the fuck. I ain't gonna lie, he scared the fuck out of me, boy.
That shit gotta get cooked. The way I never moved. The I'm just hearing stumbling and like I'm lost. I'm just looking at the wall. Nigga said I'm embarrassed. Grown ass man talking to me on the toilet. This your favorite streamer? This your favorite streamer? Grown ass man talking to me on the toilet. This your favorite streamer? Let me know. Hey, this nigga love putting on a video and pausing that shit at 0.0 seconds in it. They be like, I'm about to clip you. That nigga's dead ass about to clip me. That shit just blew. Nothing blew more than that. Nothing blew more than that. The realization of a nigga is really about to clip me. So you just gotta accept your fate. You just wanna play some shit. Like, I'm gonna just say, fuck you and play this video, fuck nigga. Yeah, I got you.
A boy once, Eli. He wasn't born broken. He wasn't born angry or lost. No, he started off the same as anyone.
Never mind. Never mind. Never fucking mind. Never mind. You feel like that nigga from Courage the Cowardly Dog. The nigga from the intro. We this conversation news, okay, nigga? Like, okay, cheesing. Nigga cheesing hard as fuck. How you got 4 teeth? Get this nigga off my screen too. I ain't gonna lie.
A child with wonder in his eyes, always asking.
He could be somebody. He could be somebody now. Now we got somebody, y'all. He could be somebody. Edward Scissorhands, yes sir. Got that shit on. That nigga looking at his life tick. That nigga's about to die. There's a lot going on in this shit. Whoever drew this shit, they sick in the head. I ain't gonna lie.
breathing hard in the bitch. What's wrong? That she breathing? That she breathing? Breathing hard in the motherfucker. That she breathing? Nigga, I could have swapped that shit. That's why I That's the time. What's going on?
Asking why and dreaming in colors. But the world didn't care about that boy, not in the way he needed. His father would come home late, loud and full of rage. His mother would disappear into silence. He learned to tiptoe through the house, memorizing every creak in the floorboards like landmines. The dinner table was a war zone, words thrown like knives, and no one ever said sorry. But what damaged Eli wasn't just the trauma, it was the denial of it, the pretending, the forced smiles in public, the way no one ever said, "Hey, something's wrong here." That gaslighting of reality itself became the poison. You see, a human mind is resilient, but it's not invincible. Trauma doesn't just sit in memory, it embeds in the body, it warps the nervous system, it rewires how someone sees the world, others, and most tragically, themselves. It teaches a child that they are not safe, not worthy, not real. And over time, that child grows, the mask grows with him. Eli became charming, funny. He learned how to read people, to shape-shift into whatever they needed. He became a master at it, and yet, underneath, he was empty.
This game, you're not ready for it.
Hollow, like a room abandoned after a fire, walls still standing but the soul gone. That's what unprocessed trauma does. It splits the self. Carl Jung once said, "The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents." Eli inherited that tragedy, not just in genetics, but in the silence, in the suppression, in the cold legacy of emotional neglect. He didn't go crazy in a flash. It started with the insomnia, the feeling that something was always wrong, even when everything seemed fine. Then came the paranoia, the rage, the self-hatred. He couldn't trust anyone, not even himself. Relationships turned into landmines. He'd push people away and then beg them to stay. Love became a battlefield where he played both soldier and saboteur. He tried therapy once, told the therapist he couldn't feel anything anymore, that his dreams didn't make sense, that sometimes he would look in the mirror and not recognize the man staring back. They told him it was anxiety, depression, but labels couldn't touch the real monster, the buried pain he never learned to speak. Because when trauma is ignored, it doesn't disappear. It hides, it festers, it waits. And one day, it comes out. Maybe in a breakdown, maybe in addiction, maybe in the sudden silence of someone who used to laugh the loudest. Eli began talking to himself, not just random thoughts, but conversations, arguments, screams. He'd walk past mirrors without blinking. He started carrying a notebook, scribbling thoughts that made no sense to anyone else. Friends said he changed, but the truth, he was always like this. He just ran out of energy to hide it. That's what no one tells you about going crazy. It's not madness, it's exhaustion. It's the soul giving up the performance. When a person has spent their whole life suppressing their wounds, their fears, their trauma, eventually the psyche fractures, because the human mind is not a machine. It's a fragile tapestry of memories, emotions, beliefs, and meaning. When too much of that tapestry is soaked in pain and silence, it begins to tear. Eli started believing the voices, started seeing symbols in places that made no sense. He called it patterns. He thought the universe was speaking to him directly, not metaphorically, literally. Every radio ad, every glance from a stranger, every flicker of light in a hallway became a message. What was really happening? His mind, starved of order, was creating meaning in the chaos. It was trying to make sense of what had never been resolved. That's the cruel trick of unresolved trauma. It doesn't let you rest. It doesn't let you forget. It disguises itself as anxiety, anger, even mystical insight. But behind all of it is a child screaming, "Please, notice me, save me, help me." But by then, it's too late. Because the world doesn't understand madness. It fears it. It turns it into a spectacle. And Eli, like so many others, became another cautionary tale, another statistic, another what went wrong. He didn't go crazy because he was weak. He went crazy because he was strong for too long. Some call it madness, but Carl Jung had another word for it. Individuation. The process of becoming whole by facing the dark, chaotic parts of the self. But for someone like Eli, it didn't feel noble. It felt like drowning, like being pulled into the depths of something ancient and terrifying, something that didn't speak in words, but symbols, fragments, screams behind closed doors. Because here's the truth. You don't just lose your mind one day. It happens slowly, like a soft crack in a mirror that spiderwebs over time. From the outside, they might say, he just snapped. But they didn't see what happened before. The parts that weren't loud, the nights that were silent, the moments no one else was there for. When you bury the past, you don't kill it, you multiply it. Unhealed trauma becomes a ghost. And ghosts don't die, they haunt. Eli wasn't just dealing with memories, he was carrying the entire emotional weight of years of abandonment, confusion, shame, and unspoken grief. Every moment he stayed silent as a child, those moments screamed back at him as an adult. This is where the line between sanity and insanity begins to blur. In psychology, we often talk about the false self, the version of you created to survive. Not to live, not to thrive, just to survive. This false self wears masks, tells people what they want to hear, and buries the truth so deep that even you forget it's there. But that truth doesn't forget you. One day, the mask cracks. The persona can't hold the weight anymore, and when it shatters, what's left? Just the shadow. The side you never wanted to meet. The rage you said wasn't yours. The grief you claimed didn't matter. The voice inside you that whispered, you were never loved the way you needed to be. This is what going crazy really is. It's not an illness. It's not demonic. It's not even irrational. It's the human psyche breaking under the weight of pretending. Madness is the soul's protest. It's the scream of a mind that has been silenced for too long. And in a strange way, it's also a chance. Because when everything collapses, when the lies fall away, when the mask shatters, when the world no longer makes sense, you're finally left with the one thing that might save you, the truth. But it's not pretty. Eli's truth was this. He was abused, he was neglected, he was never seen for who he really was. And for years he told himself it didn't matter. But it did. It always did. Carl Jung believed that healing begins when the unconscious is made conscious, that the very act of looking at your darkness, not running from it, is the beginning of redemption. But here's the hard part. Looking at your past means feeling everything you worked so hard not to feel. And that's terrifying, because beneath the numbness, beneath the madness, is something even scarier, vulnerability. To go into your shadow, you must become soft again. You must grieve, and grief is a kind of death. Eli began to write, and not for clarity, not even for healing, just to get it out. The pages were chaotic, scribbles, drawings, sometimes just the same sentence repeated 50 times. I didn't deserve this. That sentence changed him, not because it gave him peace, but because it gave him permission. Permission to finally be angry, to be sad, to feel. And in that, he found something he hadn't touched in years: hope. Healing doesn't begin with motivation or a positive mindset. It begins with honesty, and honesty begins in pain. Eli began therapy again, but this time he didn't try to be impressive. He didn't try to be smart or spiritual. He just wept for everything. For the child who grew up too fast, for the adult who never felt safe, for the madness that made sense once he stopped running from it. He wasn't cured, but he wasn't lost anymore. He learned that madness was never the enemy. It was a message, a cry for attention from the parts of himself that had been locked away. And when he finally opened the door, those parts didn't attack him. They thanked him, because now he was finally listening. If you've ever felt like you're going crazy, if the world feels too loud and you feel too broken, know this: you're not broken. You're buried, and healing is not becoming someone new. It's remembering who you were before the pain taught you to forget. How do you begin? Start with silence, not the numb silence of disconnection, but the sacred silence of listening. Write, scream, walk, cry, but do it consciously. Do it without shame. Read books that go beyond symptoms, books that dive into the unconscious. The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. Owning Your Own Shadow by Robert A. Johnson. The Drama of the Gifted Child by Alice Miller. Man and His Symbols by Carl Jung. These aren't just books, they are mirrors. They won't give you answers, but they will give you permission to ask the real questions. And most of all, don't heal to be perfect. Heal so you can be real. So you can look at the mirror and recognize the
I ain't gonna lie, boys. I had a whole lot of that from that. I was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I was a lot of that. I'm sorry for that. I apologize for watching a whole lot of that. And now all we see is this nigga. That's tough. That sucks. That fucking sucks. Fuck. We're gonna Christmas friends. We're gonna delete that one. We're gonna just like him. That'll be the only option. What's that nigga sleeper gonna listen to? I don't know. Right here.
What a feeling is believing. I can
Welcome back to the Papa Me channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming and sitting down because today we're talking about arguably one of the worst things ever made. And this is in the context, you know, people throw around the words worst film of all time, right? It gets thrown around a lot. Of course, there's a lot of terrible films out there, and even the one today, is it technically the worst film of all time? It just might be.
Jesus. Damn. No. Shit, got him. Got him. Damn it. Stop fire!
I think it just might be. Because there's a lot of things you have to consider when talking about these things. First off, we're talking about War of the Worlds. It's a new Amazon Prime Studio movie starring Ice Cube.
Touchdown. Touchdown. Touchdown.
All I know is we sat down, we were watching Rock of Love, we're getting ready to do season 2 video, and I kept seeing people talk about how bad this movie was, and I was like, you know what, while we're sitting here, let's just take a break and let's watch this thing. It's an hour and 20 minutes long. Sure. I can't begin to tell you how horrible this movie is. It's weird. It feels like a YouTube film. Like a YouTube film back when like Freddie Wong was really big, you know, when people were making like special effects, like short films. It feels like that, except substantially worse. But what's weird as well is that War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise came out in 2006. Looks substantially better, which even you could argue the whole thing of like, oh, they had way more money and all that stuff. It's like, sure, but technology has come so far to where I feel like it would offset it a bit. I wanted to make this video. It's unbelievable. And I just wanted to make this video and break it down for you so you don't have to spend time and we can laugh at this together. And this message goes out directly to Ice Cube. How could you possibly need this money to do this thing? I have to know at what point. I mean, this is irreparable damage to Ice Cube's career and him as a person. I don't know how you actually went through with this. Fire your agent. Fire your agent immediately.
Oh no.
There's a lot to unpack at the beginning of this film. It starts off, kind of reminded me of that horror film Unfriended, where it starts off and it's like a person logging on to their computer, and the whole film takes place from a desktop. Even in Unfriended, which is also a very terrible movie, you at least have the webcams make sense because they're on Skype talking to each other. Ice Cube logs into his computer. He works for the DHS. When he even logs in, it says his name is William Radford. He's a domestic terror analyst. Or something like that. Just kind of weird. And that's just, it's just trying to give you information without doing it, without him basically being like, I'm a domestic terror analyst. But it still feels as loud and as stupid as that. I mean, even on his desktop, there's like a little program called Guardian, and there's just a picture of his son, David. It's just David_09. It's just one of those things that, like, there's a son. And the big difference between this film and a lot of other films that go into this, which I have to remember from Unfriended, pretty sure in Unfriended, it's just you get a Skype call and it cuts to them and it uses the vignette of the desktop to showcase all these people. Immediately in this movie, like the zooming and moving in around the desktop is not only jarring, but it looks so stupid. It's so, like, I mean, it legitimately feels like something that like a high schooler would make. Amazon Studios made this. Okay? Ice Cube's job is to just scan every camera in the world and look for terrorists. That's what he does for like about a minute, is him drinking a no-branded coffee cup, basically just highlighting people and spying on them. And you're immediately felt like, oh, the government's spying on us, and that you can, it's just very heavy-handed. Like, this is what the movie's gonna be about. You don't really know how stupid it's gonna get, but you kind of have a gist of, okay, he's using the government's technology of spying on us to basically find out about this threat, right? And he pulls up in his little like terrorist app or whatever, he pulls up like a group, like people he's watching, and the names on this spreadsheet are so fucking stupid. It's Black Cat, Dark Overlord, Thelma and Louise, Scattered Spider, and the only one with a profile picture, Disruptor. All right? Oh, yeah. So he's sitting there, he's doing his job. He's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to catch you guys. And then Sandra from Hadda calls, and she's like, hey, you should watch this. And it's just this huge fucking storm. And then basically, it's just them basically like, something isn't right.
Something is way off.
Yeah. Well, I got bigger fish to fry than watching clouds.
And Ice Cube, they could not have had him for more than a day. This movie is full of ADR, which is basically like you recording your lines after the fact. It's like pickup audio, but I'm almost 99% positive they probably use AI-generated voices of these actors in maybe half of it.
Storms the world experienced were from thousands of meteors blasting through the atmosphere.
Stand by, I'm rerouting her cell to our satellite.
They're looking around, Ice Cube's like, something's not right. It's like, yeah, dude, look at the fucking footage. The film also does this. It takes a lot of like B-roll from like actual news broadcasts and stuff, or even like the Palisades fire. Other weird, like there's a lot of footage where you're like, it feels really tasteless that they're using. But then Disruptor, who was on the list, is having a live stream. Ice Cube starts to sit in on it, and he's watching the Disruptor talk about it, and he's like, oh boy, I'm gonna catch you. And he's trying to basically track his location. But while he's tracking this supposed terrorist who's on a watch list, he's also using his cameras to spy on his daughter, and he's like calls her at the cafe because she bought a muffin, and he's like, come on, you know muffins are bad for you.
Really? A muffin?
She's like, Dad, come on, you could have had an egg.
Dad, how many times?
If you say yeah, I was gonna call you a gay ass bitch.
Nah.
I intentionally.
Nah.
I'm like, I'm finna ask this nigga if you. Oh, you think I'm flagging? Let me pull out the video. I made a whole video saying it.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like, ain't no way this nigga done pre-planned this shit. Ain't no fucking way.
I was like, hey, yeah, he gay as fuck. No, bro.
I'm like, I got you, twin.
Where you from, Atlanta? Man, I go to sleep and people pick my face. No man has ever picked my face. That's crazy.
That's scary. Ain't got no man ever pit my face either.
Oh man, that's dumb.
I don't feel like my dad ever touched my face. If I really think about it, I don't think I can recall.
Touching your fucking boy face.
I can't recall my dad ever touching my face. So that's one of them ones.
Shit.
Ain't it?
My little girl got a pimple. Let me get it. Well, let me get that. My son? Here. It's yours. Oh, yeah. Yeah, boy, I just finished shitting, boy. I just wait. Come on. You live around here?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You live right there?
No, I live on the other side of town.
Oh, but it's still
Hell no.
Why look somebody dead in their car when they pull up? There's no.
Dead and shit?
Yeah, I look at one they parked up over there. Look, somebody dead in their shit. Yeah, you need to chill. Oh, you got a bad shit. But I want to tell you this while ago too. My fucking contacts, like, it's this thing, right? Where like I'm tired enough, my contacts get dry. Like I know when I'm tired.
I heard about that.
So
Like your eyes
being
scared.
said, living how the fuck I've been living, cuz the shit be dry at fucked up times. Like, and it's like I can't even.
I know.
I'm feeling dryness right now, and it's like, bitch, this probably like 10 hours in, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, huh? Like, dead ass. That shit crazy. Damn, you have glasses yesterday? What? That's crazy. We both don't got our shits in. LOL.
Oh, nah, but at some point, bro, I can't wear them bitches. So right when I wake up,
Nigga.
hell nah.
Bro, I be fucking, I be having my contacts in, and I'll do this. Random points of the day, I just push up on the nose, cuz just, I be like, fuck.
Right, no.
Ain't nothing on my fucking face. Ain't shit on my face. That nigga went back to the worst movie ever made. Why did you want to see this? Like, you had to see this, huh?
Really?
He was talking that talk?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Scary.
Well, I had to go to that bullshit up your shit too. This shit was crazy.
Alright.
As soon as
Oh yeah. I was trying to stream, but I couldn't go back. Like while it's live, I can't go back or
That shit
nothing.
was one of the that shit blew me out. Come on, bro. All this.
He was talking shit. I was like, damn, that shit look wild. I was like, damn, that shit look wild. Connie Rose is she gotta be like top 10, like top 5 baddest streamers.
Whoa.
Connie Rose.
Top 5?
Let's see it.
Top 5. Gotta get it. He bad as fuck, but like you gotta bring like.
That's a beautiful woman.
Okay.
Like that's like
I'm not gonna dispute that.
Like
I'm not liking how they're bringing up these old ass videos.
and you know exactly why they're fucking doing that. Because I already knew the lore, but you know exactly why the fuck they doing that shit. And you see she be trying to make beats and shit now. She's making her own song now.
Really? I know that.
She made a song.
I'm not up to date on Connie Rose lore after everything that happened.
What's everything that happened? Like something bad or just enjoy?
Well, like, I think after her on like the Silky shit, that shit got bad.
What you talking about?